If you have not signed up on the attendance sheet, make sure that you do that as well. It is 7:18, and I will call the budget hearing and annual meeting to order. Together we engage, educate, and empower all learners, bridging their passions to pathways to create successful futures and positively contribute to our local and global communities. Our core values: we believe each and every person is capable of success, each and every person is accepted and valued. In empowering all learners, change is our opportunity for growth. Involved communities foster strong schools. Lifelong learning is essential for personal growth and in cultivating leaders. The district welcome is the next item. You can reference that on page 3 of the annual meeting booklet. If anyone in attendance for this meeting wishes to address the assembly, please adhere to the following guidelines. These are also on the bottom of page 3. Stand, state name and municipality. There are 5 minutes per topic per person. Matters pertaining to specific individuals or sensitive subjects may be tabled for discussion outside of the public assembly. And thank you in advance for following the agenda as presented. Moving on, our Director of Business Services and Operations, Dave Gerberding, will present our budget hearing information.
Do we need to do roll call specific to this? We had it before.
Thanks, Lacey. So if you turn to page 4, we will start with our budget planning calendar. You can see the dates for publication of this. Sorry. I'm supposed to be driving.
It's okay.
You can see the dates for publication. Much of this is the same year over year. You can see when we set parameters for budgets, the levy to the municipalities, different reports that will come before the board that are kind of the bigger things we talk about. And then for us this year, because we're coming into a new state biennial budget in the spring, that will be an important timeline for us once that gets approved at a state level. It could be earlier in the year, it could be June, or it may go beyond then. So we're hoping as soon as possible. The big component that comes into play there, if we are looking at reductions, if we are looking at non-renewals, that timeline starts March, April, and then May is the official timeline. So moving to the next page, page 5. Here you'll find the budget that was published in the paper in the Hudson Star Observer last week. This is a summary of all of our funds. So the top section is the general fund. Special projects would be our donations and fundraising fund and special education funds combined. Debt service fund would be referendum approved and not referendum approved, which we won't have any going forward. Capital projects for the referendum work that we're wrapping up. Food service, community service, which is generally our school-aged care, our kids club. And then all funds is everything added together. So when you have some of this construction work that we've had, that can make some of those big percentages show up, because those are big dollar amounts that are there generally for just 1 year or 2. So each of the columns, the first column, audited 2021, those are official numbers for each of those funds. Unaudited 21-22, those are very, very good estimates. We have had our on-site portion of our main financial audit already occur. We've been working on it since that time as well. We'll have our additional single audit on-site work for our grants in October, and this will be wrapped up by December. So those are very, very good estimates. And then the budget for 22-23, this is our snapshot in time again. This is where we check in as of the time when this was sent to the paper for publication last week, so earlier in August. And then on page 6, the last part of the summary, you can see the total effect both in what has happened in prior years and what we project for the upcoming budget as far as what we're going to be levying. And I'll have a note about that when we get to the charts for municipality breakdowns and so forth. The following pages are the budget detail format. When I go through our process presentation, I reference how you will find each of these summary sources, for instance, for revenues, all these 200s summarized here in the, the 7.3 to 7.2 millions. Those are the numbers you see up here, and here is all the detailed breakdown. And the same for expenditure, and the same for all funds, with more detail being shown in the general fund and the special ed fund. And so again, this has been available for examination, as stated in the newspaper, for the public to come in and look if they want to for the last week. So these are all the details that go into the summary budget. It's another format of the same thing. Moving on to the breakdowns, tax levy history. Here you can see the year, the equalized value, and then the levy in total and the portion going to operations and debt service, and then the associated mill rate for the total. This went to the paper prior to us finalizing our total plan for levying for our upcoming referendum. So this 683, we're shooting for, the plan before the property value estimate came in was to keep it flat at 827, but it came in so high that we'll still see a decrease. We're shooting for 795 for our actual mill rate as part of our referendum plan. Here is that breakdown by municipality with associated prior years. The percent change is the levy percent change estimated based on these numbers, based on the totals we're using now, and the equalized value change, estimated equalized value change by municipality as well. So you can see those are all very high. 5-year tax levy history, again, estimated amount for this year as of the snapshot in August, and the mill rate history as well as of the snapshot in August. We set these final numbers in October. We're approving them now as a step in the process. Here is the outstanding referendum approved indebtedness. This is our last levy, as we've talked about before. This levy we're setting in the fall for this 7.95 million bond sale from 2013. Then we'll just have the one outstanding going forward, pending the results of the upcoming questions. And there is the total debt. And you can see here, the years in green, 2029, that's when we can, the first opportunity we have to either refinance or pay early this outstanding bond. And that is the end of the budget hearing. Are there any questions on the budget hearing? All right, I'll give it back to you, Lee.
Awesome, thank you, Dave. At this time, we will move into the annual meeting. We'll be asking for a variety of motions during this meeting. Anyone can make a motion, but when you do, please read exactly what is written. And that starts on page 15. Our first task is to elect a chairperson. Is there a motion?
I, Lori Belargin, Somerset Township, move to elect Lacey Oster as chairperson of the 2022 Somerset School District Annual Meeting.
Is there a second?
I will second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We will, next is to elect a teller. Is there a motion?
I, Cherie Link, Somerset Township, elect Alicia Page, move to elect Alicia Page as teller of the 2022 Somerset School District Annual Meeting.
Is there a second?
So we do have a question. She's not a resident. If anyone would know, it's you, Lori.
If she's not a resident, I don't think she can be.
Yeah, so we double checked today. We don't, yeah, so
So
have to pick a new one.
I will nominate Cherie Link, our clerk,
there we go.
to be the teller of the 2022 Somerset School District Annual Meeting.
Is there a second?
Second.
Marge, could you state your name for the record, please?
Yes, Marge Belil, Somerset Township.
Thank you.
Next is all in favor. Do we have to do the all in favor? No. Yes, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next is to approve the treasurer's report. Is there a motion? And the treasurer's report is found on that, to approve the treasurer's report is found on 15. The wording is on the bottom of that page.
I, Lori Belargin, Somerset Township, move to dispense with the reading of and approve the treasurer's report at the Somerset School District annual meeting.
And is there a second?
I'll second. I, Ian McDonald, Village of Somerset, will second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. At this time, our superintendent, Shannon Donnelly, will review our current enrollment and strategic plan.
I will. Do we want to approve the annual meeting minutes from 2021?
Yes, we'll do
First.
that now. Is there a motion to approve the annual meeting notes from 21? Those are listed, the notes on 16 and 17.
I'm sure you're gonna have to write it in at the bottom, it looks like it got missed. There should have been a motion, I think.
Yeah, I think we're missing the motion to elect someone for,
I moved to dispense with reading them, so we didn't need to elect a treasurer to report it. But there should be something just like this to approve the minutes, I believe.
No, that would just be the treasurer's report on the bottom, right?
To approve the treasurer's report.
Right.
Which is the minutes.
Dispense the reading, meeting minutes, and approve the minutes.
so last year we elected someone and then we dispensed with the reading in the same motion.
Okay, fine, I elect Bruce Belargin to dispense with it.
Dispense the reading, is there a second?
I second Matt Foucault, Somerset Township.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. So is there a motion to approve the minutes of the 2021 annual meeting and budget hearing?
I, Matt Foucault, Somerset Township, move to approve the minutes of the 2021 budget hearing.
Is there a second?
I, Ian McDonald, Village of Somerset, will second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Now, at this time, we will have our superintendent review the current enrollment and strategic plan.
Sure, so on page 19, you'll see an enrollment report. It's already out of date because we received 2 new students today, which is great. So you'll see we're, as of right now, trending in a great direction. You'll start seeing this enrollment report on our regular board meetings as well, starting in a couple weeks in September. The next couple pages, so 20 and 21, give an overview of our current strategic plan. This winter, we will begin developing a new strategic plan, so we're kind of on the tail end of seeing this one through. If you look at page 21, you can see the plan kind of laid out in what's called a progress map, looking at all the things from last year in particular were in red that we were working on. Previously, the things in green are things that are already in full implementation, and the ones in yellow are ones that we were still working on. So I will be bringing, as I said earlier in an earlier meeting today, some more information regarding kind of our plan in terms of how we plan to navigate the strategic plan for the rest of this year, and then continue to give you updates and obviously provide opportunities for the board to be involved in developing our new strategic plan that will be in effect next year. Page 22 is just a copy of our school district calendar, so you can see different things we have going on, from our professional development days to our parent-teacher conferences, office hours for the high school and middle school, days that we have off in terms of holidays and things like that. That is what I have.
Okay, we will now be approving resolutions. This is on the top of page 23. Authorization to acquire real estate. Is there a motion?
So moved. Cherie Link, Somerset Township.
Is there a second?
Matt Fugalt, Somerset Township.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Resolution for approval, designate sites for district buildings and provide for the erection of suitable school buildings. Is there a motion?
I, Bruce Belargin, Somerset Township, make a motion.
Is there a second?
Second, Matt Fugalt, Somerset Township.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next, resolution approval, direct and provide for the prosecution and defense of legal procedures. Is there a motion?
I, Bruce Belargin, Somerset Township, motion. Approve.
Is there a second?
Aye. Cherie Link, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. School board expenses. Is there a motion?
Lori Belargin, Somerset Township, that the Somerset Board of Education during the 22-23 school year shall be reimbursed for actual and necessary expenses for travel when required.
Is there a second?
Matt
March
Fugalt,
Below.
Somerset. Oh, go ahead, March.
March Below, Somerset Township.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Approval of proposed 2022-2023 budget and tax levy. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion that there shall be levied upon the taxable property of the school district of Somerset the tentative sum of $7,049,350 for the purpose of defraying the operation and maintenance of the public schools for the 22-23 school year. The projected mill rate shall be $6.83 per $1,000 of value.
Is there a second?
Aye. Cherie Link, second.
All in favor?
Hold. Do we wanna go up now? Do we wanna leave it?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. The policy on the disposal of unwanted equipment and supplies. Is there a motion?
I, Matt Fugalt, Somerset Township, move to approve the selling or disposal of tangible personal property belonging to the district for the 22-23 school year.
I, Bruce Belargin, Somerset Township, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. School board salaries. Is there a motion?
Make a motion to approve all Somerset School District board members will receive $70 per meeting in which they are in attendance.
And I will second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Annual meeting date. Is there a motion?
I make a motion that the Board of Education for the School District of Somerset will hold its 2022 annual school district meeting on Monday, September 11th, 2023 at 7 o'clock in the School District Learning Center Conference Room.
Is there a second?
Second, Ian McDonald, Village.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Somerset School District 2022 annual meeting. Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I, Matt Fugalt, Somerset Township, move to adjourn the 2022 school district annual meeting.
Is there a second?
I, Bruce Belargin, Somerset Township, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. The annual meeting is adjourned at 7:40 p.m.